We are live with another 1900s antique gaming experience. I'm sure this title screen evokes a lot of nostalgia. You're probably thinking of, the Manson murders, the Kennedy assassination, the Challenger explosion, 9/11, Nokia flip phones, World War II, lots of things. I'm sure it all blends together in your memory, like it all being the 1900s. Okay, so I'm like legitimately questioning reality, where I'm like, okay, did I misread 1969? Or did 1969, was that like a flashback and now we flashed forward? Or, and here's what's really fucking with my head, have Zoomers progressed to the point where like all of the second half of the 20th century is compressed into a single aesthetic, right? And the way that we now talk about like, oh, like the 19th century Victorian aesthetic or like the 18th century aesthetic, right? Have we now just collapsed the entire 20th century into like one decade where like cell phones and the Manson murders and station wagons were all contemporaneous things? Okay, no, guys, I think that is what it is. I think we have to, like, we the old people have to accept that this has happened. Guys, not only is this game older than adults, so this game came out in 1998. There are people who were born in 2004 who are not watching the stream right now because they are legally drinking at bars right now. Like, that's... People who were born in 1998 are in their late 20s, guys. And you're gonna need to get used to that. Because it's just gonna get worse.
That's why Nokia makes wireless phones with more...
Do you care? Maple's $400! If you call right now, you're guaranteed the Maple Bear every time.
Your care determines the pets you get.
I think now is as good a time as any to admit that I have played Ocarina of Time before. I've just been pretending not to have because I felt like it would be more entertaining. But I have played this game, so I do sort of know what it is about. But to be fair to my like badness at it, I don't think I've played this game in at least 20 years. So that's fairly close to not having ever played it. Like there's probably people watching the stream who were like not alive yet the last time I played this game. Let's put it that way.
I can't believe it's just so round. It's like it's out there. I mean,
Okay, well, I sort of have an anecdote about how I started playing video games in the first place, because my parents. So I was like late to start playing video games, because my parents were not like, I had the kind of like, okay, so my parents were like liberals, right, like in the 90s, but they were the kind of liberals that's like really that are like really conservative about like violence in media. You know what I mean? It was a type of like person in the 90s, and they also like they were kind of like, how do I explain this concept? They were like PBS liberals. So they thought that video games were sort of degenerate, right? So like, unless the video game was educational, they thought it was brain rot and should not be played. So I was not allowed to have video games that were not educational. Like when I was a child, I was allowed to play certain, at the time we didn't even call them video games, we called them computer games. There was a game called Math Blaster, where you are a spaceman, and you have to solve math problems to like advance. But what happened is that there was some kind of like, okay, so for some reason, like at public schools in America in the 90s, the school did not get enough funding from the government, so they like forced children to become salespeople for like, Christmas wreaths, oranges, that sort of thing, like Girl Scout cookie type, like MLM schemes, except organized by public schools. And I as a result of one of these like public school multi-level marketing schemes, won a prize, which was the Pokemon basket. And the Pokemon basket contained a Game Boy and a Pokemon Red cartridge. At which point, my parents basically gave up on the no video games rule because we had them anyway. So I had a Game Boy, so at that point, like, I had a friend who told me to get this Zelda game called Link's Awakening, and it did.
Zelda, yeah. Don't ask then, I'm the man with the plan, cause the power's in my head and the power's in my hand. Zelda.
At a Toys R Us, I got Link's Awakening, and I got the strategy guide to Ocarina of Time, which I mistakenly thought was a strategy guide for Link's Awakening. But the strategy guide for, because there was you couldn't ask ChatGPT to give you false information yet about how to beat the game. The strategy guide for Ocarina of Time was so fascinating that it eventually led me to getting Ocarina of Time. Years later, like the GameCube version. I never had an N64.
Bust in from Toys R Us, the 1998 video game special. Now at Toys R Us, get a select...
And sings Pokemon rap. Gotta catch 'em all, gotta catch 'em all. Articuno, Jinx, Nidorino, Beedrill, Hunter, Squirtle, Chance, Pokemon. Parasect, Execute, Move, Dewgong, Dodo, Lapras, Vulpix, Rhydon.
Catch another episode of Pokemon next on Kids WB.
Okay, Goron's Ruby. Goron, not Gorgon, sorry. Mom moment. Once you become middle-aged, it becomes impossible to keep a hold of like nouns that come from video games. Like when I was a kid, okay, so my brother loved to play World of Warcraft, and my mom persistently referred to this game as Worlds of Warquest. I feel like that's the age my brain currently is. I'm like Worlds of Warquest age.
This is PBS.
I'm on the magic school. Everybody that's
Still by the science guy.
Okay, do you guys want to know about another PBS liberal parent experience I had as a child? Probably like a little bit after the time this game came out, like Y2K era. I was sent to summer camp at what at the time I conceptualized as nerd camp. There was like one summer when I did like a MIDI summer camp, and was taught how to make MIDI music. And I feel like actually to this day, I do find that valuable. Especially when it comes to analyzing the music from Ocarina of Time.
Pitch, rhythm, and loudness. They're all ways to make vibrations of sound that can become notes. That can be arranged in patterns to make music.
They could be arranged into patterns that become music. Depends on who's doing it.
Okay guys, do you want to know the extent of my lying? Not only have I played this game before, I think the first YouTube video I ever uploaded, like decades ago, was me doing a piano cover of the Song of Storms. Like the song that we're listening to right now. Which I probably uploaded before you were even born. I do want to play it on harpsichord. It's such a good song. God damn. I like it when the minor key song turns into a major key. It's one of my favorite things. That happens. That happens in music. Like right there. And then back to minor key. Well, it's not really major key. It's just major chord. I think when there's a minor chord and then there's a major chord. I'm very good at music theory. Shut up.